Hey guys, how you doing? Today we're going to be installing Microsoft SQL Server right onto your local machine, right? So today I'm going to install the actual server part, right? So not the tool to query it, but the actual server where your data is going to be stored on, right? So our server is my local machine, and let's get started. So first, you'll want to go to Microsoft's website, right? So Microsoft SQL Server. And here we're going to grab the server download from the SQL Server downloads. And you'll want to do, I'm going to do the developer version, right? As you can see here, this is the full feature free edition. It's right here, licensed for use as development and test database in a non-production environment. So that's exactly what we're going to do. So this is like a way for you to install Microsoft SQL on your machine and be able to develop right on your own machine and be able to play around with it. So pretty straightforward. Download now. I'm going to open the file here. Do you want to allow this app to make changes to your device? And you want to hit yes. I am running Windows 11, obviously. So, and I'm installing SQL Server 2019 Developer Edition. So I'm just going to do a basic install. Read through all this, accept. I'm going to leave the location default. And hit install. So now we're going through the install phase. As I talk about this, you can install it on your Windows machine. Obviously, too, you can see this note here. You can install SQL Server 2019 on a Linux box. I actually am interested in doing that, so I'll do a tutorial on that as well. I'll install it on a Linux box, and we'll post that out here too. So the idea to kind of have a database on your own computer is maybe you have a project at work, or you have some sort of idea you have, and maybe you just want to spin up your own database. This is a great way to do it, right? You can spin up your own database, and then eventually it might get to the point where you do need a production environment. Let's say you have an application at work that people are using, and your box, if it's on your local machine, you're going to want to get that onto a server. So you could develop an app, store your data on Microsoft SQL Server, and then build reporting on it. So now we're installing SQL Server right on your machine. This takes a few minutes here. All right. So I did pause the recording for a little bit. I'm just still waiting for this to install. It's been over 5 minutes now, so that's normal. So just keep waiting. I wanted to mention as well, so I'm running an HP laptop with Ryzen 7 AMD chip. I think I have about 16 gigs of RAM. So just if you're curious on what machine I'm running, that's what I'm using. So you'll want this installed before you install Microsoft SQL Management Studio. That obviously this is the back end, or your management studio is going to sit on top of that, right? And then you'll be able to query the data. All right, so this has finished up. So I think it took about 10 minutes or so. You'll want to keep this connection string, right? So This will be the connection string you'll use to connect to your server, your local server. So what I recommend doing is just go ahead and grab that, right? Copy to clipboard, put it, for now, just put it in Notepad, right? So pretty straightforward. Save as. I'm just going to save it to my desktop. We'll call it this. I'm going to overwrite my old one, local Microsoft SQL Server. Save that. Boom, done. All right. So, yeah, that's it. So, the next step will be SQL Server Management Studio, and I will do that in another video. You guys have a great day.